MB Worlds Round 7. New layout, new faces, new winners? I guess we'll see. Let's have a quick recap of the overall championship standings at the end of round 6. At the top of the table, it's looking like Johnny Skidmore has this championship on lock, with brother Will in a commanding second place. Third, however, that's definitely still up for grabs, and I'd say anything could happen here in the final half of the season. So Chris Foster in his Yokomo had better keep looking over his shoulder. Obviously, the reason you all keep turning up to watch my videos is to see how I'm doing. Well, after a solid start for rounds 1 to 4, the volume and quality of races now showing up on a Wednesday night has left round 5 and 6 on a bit of a slippery slope in the wrong direction. But it's a new layout for round 7, and that should help level the playing field again for the lower tiers. Will I improve my 18th place? Will I tread water? Or will I continue to circle a downward drain? Let's find out. Q1. I'm really liking this new layout. More of a thinking man's track than a point-to-point squirt. Well, seeing as I could only muster 5 laps before stuffing my car into a wall and snapping my camber link, clearly I'm no thinking man. Q2. No breakages and a solid 17 in a 3:15.15. The run was meh, to say the least. Q3. 17 it again in another 3:15.45. Consistency is the watchword that we'll take away from this, although my peer group and championship rivals are now making either high 18s or very low 17s. Improvements need to be found, but that's for round 8. So today we end up starting in 8th place in the E-final. Let's see how this shakes out.
You want a good thumbnail?
I've got Ian's.
Yeah. That one's the best, you don't need the rest.
I can't use Mark's. Greg's here to yell at me for putting his shell in public view.
Please take it steady these first few corners. Let's have a good race.
Good luck, guys.
Very quick drivers in this one, so it's going to be interesting.
Let's go, starting 8th. Let's go. Ooh, bit nervous, but I've picked up a place. Over the 2 hops, around the 3rd hop, hairpin, over the ripples, over the gap, around the sweeper, hairpin, hop, up onto the tabletop, down the steps, around the hairpin, and onto the mini straight. As I said, I like this layout. It's not so much about just point-to-point gunning it, or I don't think it is. Obviously, better calibre drivers than me may tell me different. But anyway, focus on the racing. We are on lap 2, and we are gaining on Ashley, Mr. Race Stars himself. Let's see if we can lean on him, put some pressure on him. See if he crumbles like the bottom of a soggy cheesecake. Ooh! Got a bit close and personal there as we're trying to mount his car. But he didn't crack. In fact, he's gapped me a little bit. Come on, Brem. Oh, don't let him pull away. Over the gap jump, nothing in it really. So I'm in 6th, so I've made up a couple of places from the start. On these bottom corners. I think there's definite pace to be had in the sweepers if you can keep on the power a bit more. And don't make a mess of the gap jump. The rest is all about just keeping tight lines, I think. Again, what my limited knowledge of this is gleaning from all this. I think that would be the quickest way around the track. Notwithstanding staying on your wheels, that's always the quickest way, but I'm gaining now. Putting some pressure on. Oh, just caught the edge of the hairpin there. That knocked me back a bit. Momentum, car upside down in the track. Ruben's marshalling as always. Great marshalling. Wonder who that I've just picked off. down the start and finish straight, which is now a two-parter, and it looks like Big Stu's had an issue, so I've gained a place on Stuart. I'm still really... Oh, car upside down! We all had to avoid that. As that unsettled people. Gaining on Ian. Experienced racer, got out of the way. Cheers, Ian. Or for now, he got out of the way. Again, round the hairpin, over the washboard, over the gap. Come on, Bren, you're not really applying enough pressure here to Ashley. Got to make a move at some point. And I do, down the steps! That's worthy of a replay. He runs wide, I see a gap and I just gun it. Not the prettiest overtakes at the end, but effective, we are through. So we will take that. That puts us up into 5th or 4th even. And then it all goes wrong there.
Come on, come on, come on.
Oh. Sexiest legs in racing there, coming to save me. Thanks, Stu. And I jump onto the wrong side of the track. It's gone from one little snafu to a complete disaster. Not good at all. Down the steps. Oh, and I catch a pipe there. And then Ian just completely backdoors me. And in fairness, I think I was recovering. Bless him, he even waited. Thank you, Ian. Good racing, really. I don't think you needed to wait that much for me. So let's see where that shakes me out now. That has dropped me into 7th place. Now I'm following an orange car, and in the back of my head, for some reason, I think that's Ashley. But it isn't. It's actually Paul. So he's actually just put a lap on me. So I'm following it. I'm following the car that's lapped me, and he's in 2nd place. But again, I didn't know this at the time. So I then set off after Paul, thinking it's Ashley that I'm actually chasing down again. Over the washboard, over the gap. If I can hang on to Paul, seeing as he's in 2nd and obviously having a good run today, I wonder if he can drag me around and we can capture any other places. Oops, Stuart's having some shenanigans in the no man's land again. Although he seems to be gelling with a bit more with his B7 than his Schumacher. Dare I say that out loud publicly? Will there be a Schumacher up for sale and more B7s to come? Who knows? Well, I'm gaining on Paul now. I had to sort of jump out of the way before I hit him then. But obviously, again, I think that's Ashley that I'm chasing. So, and then I'm sure it's about here that I realise there's another orange car ahead of me. And I'm not 100% sure which one is which. All I know is that car in front I'd like to get past, but I want to do it cleanly if I can, not like that. That's a bit of banging of wheels going up the side. Not great racing from me, that. The bells have gone and I am gunning it now. I want that place over the line.
2-8.
So that brings me home in 5th place with Ashley. It turns out less than a second up the road from me. All being well, I'll take that. I'll take 5th place. That were alright. That were a great battle. Really good battle. Oh, were you really? Oh. How close was that? The first 8 laps saw me stalking Ashley before a move down the steps saw me take the position, only to snafu myself on lap 10 stroke and 11, finding myself on the tail of Paul. He was a lap up, which I didn't realise, and he dragged me round and finally leading me back to the back of Ashley and finished with less than a second from him. So that was really good. So started 8th, finished 5th. Not too bad, really. However, another poorish result overall, to add to my round 5 and round 6, has seen me tumble in the championship, down to 21st. It's looking a bit sketchy now whether or not I'll make my goal of the top 25. What can I do, if anything, to halt this slide, especially when Ethan and Aaron have now found some consistent pace? Maybe I need to find some inspiration from these boys. It's been a night of surprises, new layouts, catastrophes and head scratching generally from the fast guys. with Q1 seeing the mighty Johnny Skidmore only complete 1 lap. Come on, I did more than that with my failure, and I did 5 laps in Q1. Q2 saw Will solidify his TQ spot and had 5 drivers on a 20 lap pace. This is going to be a really interesting Q3 showdown. No, Johnny bounced straight back to the top with a 21 lapper. You could almost hear the cries of "my house" as he stamped his authority on the track. However, the damage had already been done. This was too late to meaningfully affect the grid positions, leaving Johnny starting in 3rd, with brother Will in 1st, and what could be a very wide B7, piloted by Ben Simpson. Let's catch a word with him before the carnage ensues. Brilliant. Right, Ben.
Hi.
So, Ben, Associated B7,
Yep.
how have you got on today?
I'm on pretty well today. I qualified 2nd in the first 2 rounds.
Yep.
The car's been pretty good, pretty consistent. The final round didn't go too well, but that was mainly to my driving.
Right.
So, and the tyres been slightly worn. We're going to put on new tyres for the final and see how it goes.
Rears or fronts or just
Both all at the same time.
all
Yeah,
around?
we tend to do them all at the same time, so the balance stays consistent.
Obviously, you've been running 3rd in 2 or 3 of the events here.
Yeah.
2nd place today, so qualified into 2nd.
Yeah.
The new layout suiting you then?
I think there's a parts of the new layout which suit me, but it's mainly Johnny struggled today, so he had a few unfortunate runs hang of his car. So I think I'm where I should be.
Yeah.
The final will be quite interesting because he's starting behind me this time, so it'll be a good race.
So where do we predict?
Wanting 2nd.
Yeah.
I think it's most likely going to be 3rd, but I hope not.
Right,
I
mega.
hope I'm going to be fighting for the pole always, but we'll see how it goes.
Brill. Best of luck then, buddy.
Thank you.
Very clean. Take the car out. You have to give the place back. I'm not calling it. Do the right thing.
So here we go, a final, and it could be all change at the top if qualifying's anything to go by. Clean getaway from the first 3, first 4. Oh, Johnny just caught a pipe there. It's put him in danger in traffic. He's caught another pipe and that's sent him pirouetting. So that's him all the way from 3rd down into last place. 1 and 2 have cleared off quite well. Will is over the gap for the 2nd time and putting time into everybody. Good start definitely from Will. Ben doing his best to chase. Let's see if he can set off after him. And then Zach and Reese are definitely having a battle. Although Reese caught a pipe and he's in the wall. Getting marshalled. Not a great start there, buddy. 4th, probably to last there. Unlucky. Anyway, that's put Seth to take over from where Reese left off. So we've got Zach running in 3rd and Seth is desperate to get up onto the podium spot. Over the gap jump, still driving well. 2 X-rays. Obviously the one with yellow wheels will be just that little bit quicker than the ones with white wheels. Battling, banging wheels there. Really good clean racing so far. Over the gap again, come on Seth, not that I'm biased. Down the steps, we've got Charlie trying to get in on the action as well. Cheerful Charlie, forever smiling with his extra 4-wheel drive practice from last Saturday. Definitely will have plenty of stick time on this, so should be really quick now. Down the steps goes Charlie, but Seth is definitely still chasing down Zach. And it looks like Will started to just check out at the front. There's Charlie over the gap jump. Let's follow him for a sec. Over the kicker, up onto the tabletop, down the steps, round the corner, down the straight. As Will just continues his march of dominances this race. Down the steps again, down the straight. Making it look easy with his X-ray. Over the 2 hops, 3rd hop, round the hairpin, over the ripples, gap jump. With a twist of the wheels, showboating in the A final, he's that confident. But we've got Ben now with his team associated down the steps, across the straight. Fabulous qualifying from this young man today. Let's pick up the battle again for 3rd place with Seth and Zach still going at it. Can't get words out quick enough. Down the steps goes Seth. Come on mate, yellow wheels for the win. Sorry Zach, I'm biased with the yellow wheels I think. Round the hairpin, over the ripples, over the gap. And he's stuffed it! It's a catastrophe! That's a disaster. Whose is that blue car? Is that Johnny? Is that Johnny up to 4th? After less than 3 minutes of racing, he's gone from last place up to 4th. What the heck, that's a drive and a half. Anyway. Who are we going to collect now and watch? There's Will. Will is still doing well. He's up onto the tabletop, down the steps. We've got a car crippled in the middle there, being marshalled. Who are we going to pick up now? So there's Johnny. He's currently running in 4th place. He's chasing down on Zach now. Oh, come on, Johnny. I mean, that's a teammate. I saw that, Zach. Took you out almost. I'll call it. He will probably say you didn't get out of the way quick enough, but that's not the point. Anyway, the battle at the front is fast and furious. Ben just catching a pipe at the top of the tabletop there. Gives Will a little bit more breathing space. I don't know where to look for the best with the camera, so we're going to pick up Ben or going over the gap jump. Over the kicker, up round the hairpin, down the steps, onto the straight. There isn't now much between Ben and Will. Definitely not like the gap there was before. They are definitely closing in on each other. Maybe traffic's had a bit of an issue. Negotiating back markers can be slow sometimes. Never intentional, obviously. People moving out of the way. Just not always quite as fast as you want them to, because they're always in their own battles as well. But Ben is right up Will's back door now. Down the steps, basically together. Down the straight, round the corner, round the bottom hairpin. Over the jump, over the jump. Jump again, hairpin. Over the ripples. They are wedged together. You won't get a rizzle of paper between them. Not that you kids know what a rizzle of paper is nowadays. Misspent youth. Still pushing. Ben is still pushing with 10 seconds left. So this is it. This will be the last lap we are now on. And he's up the inside and Will answers onto the tabletop. And Ben comes down the inside again onto the straight. He takes the lead. He's round the hairpin. Has Will got an answer for this? Round the hairpin, over the kicker, and it's all over. Ben sneaks a win there. Really good drive. Really good win. So close for Will as well. And Johnny, you just can't rule him out. From 3rd to last, back to 3rd again. That's got to be one of the best races I've watched so far. With the last lap pass on the inside, only to have Will take the position back on the next corner. Then the next corner, for Ben to take it back again, which he held then until the line. Breathless stuff at the front. However, you can't dismiss Johnny's drive. From 3rd to almost last, after he snafu'd the gap jump, back to 3rd. In the end, that is truly a tremendous drive, in fairness. But how does this affect the top of the championship? Johnny and Will still have a commanding lead over 3rd, but others' recent form means we may see some more surprise results on the run into the end. Thanks as always for watching, guys. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. It really helps me out with the channel. Toodles from trackside.